Good evening, student. Let us go to the next subtopic of working capital. Let us study in detail about more about working capital over here. Same chapter we are going to continue. Sources of finance, sources of corporate finance. The main contents are detailed. Let us see about more in detail about working capital over here. Basically, I've seen the meaning in the previous lecture. What does the working capital mean? Basically, working capital is the capital which is used to carry out day-to-day business activities or business transactions over here. So basically, how does the company prepare the working capital over here? After estimating working capital requirement of the business firm, it is necessary to estimate the amount of capital. Now, definitely, before you can say carrying out your day-to-day business activities here, in brief, in rough, the company has to prepare a rough estimate of working capital. For raw materials, company will require 20,000. For payment of salaries to employees of the company, they will require 1 lakh rupees over here. So this I've discussed is just a rough example how the company can estimate the amount, and then they can arrange this capital over here, and they can keep aside this much amount for the payment of employee salary, for the payment of purchase of raw material expenses over here. Okay, so that would be needed to ensure smooth function of the business firm. If the working capital, you can say, planning is done priorly, then there will be smooth functioning of the business firm over here. Cash is also required to pay overheads. Now here the term overheads means over here you can say all the expenses over here. Okay, overheads means over here the expenses over here. Payment of expenses over here. Now what expenses? For example, payment of salaries, payment of wages to the daily laborers, then you can say, okay, then you can say outstanding wages payment over here, outstanding expenses over here. If any outstanding amount is left to give to the any laborers over here on daily basis, etc. Okay, so overheads means payment of all the expenses, which may include payment of salaries, payment of wages or outstanding wages, etc. over here. Since uncertainty is always a feature of a business over, very true. In business, you can never predict that you are going to earn profit only. There may be some uncertainties over here also. Correct. So uncertainties may be anything. You can say you can say theft might taken place in your go down. So you may have a loss of, you can say, of goods over here. So uncertainty, you can take any, you can say natural calamity may occur. So for this, to deal with this such type of uncertainty over here of the business over here, so the company or the business firm should keep, you can say, a certain amount of cash aside to meet such type of unexpected expenses over here. Next, additional information, overheads. Now let us understand the basic meaning of overheads over here. Overheads means indirect cost or expenses required to run a business. Already we have done the previous slide over here. I have already explained you. Overheads means the payment of expenses. Overhead expenses include accounting fees, advertising, insurance, interest, legal fees, rent, repairs, taxes, telephone bills, travel expenditure, etc. Apart from this, you can write many other examples, like you can say payment of insurance expenses, payment of insurance, printing and stationery expenses, then you can write over here advertisement expenses, then postage expenses, carriage outward expenses, etc. So there are many other, you can say, expenses you can write over here also. Okay, so all these expenses comes under overheads over here. Next, Working capital continued. Basically, working capital is required for these three, you can say, for main points over here. Let us see. Thus, a business firm will have to arrange capital for the following. A, for building up inventories. Now here the term inventories means over here stock. Inventories means over here stock over here. Second, for financing receivables. Now the term receivable means again here bills receivable, where the company is going to get cash from the customers or from debtors. Receivables means over here bills receivable. Third, for covering day-to-day operating expenses, we have discussed in this previous slide. For example, payment of salaries, payment of advertising expenses, payment of commission to the salesman, etc. So basically, working capital is required for to meet all these three type of expenses over here. Subtopic over here. This is the basic cyclical flow of working capital over here. First, the company, you can say, does the production work, then they come into inventories. Inventory means stock, then the stock is sold in the market. After selling this stock in the market, they get receivable, means they get cash from creditors. Cash is collected, and once cash is collected over here, operating expenses are paid. Now there are different types of operating expenses over here. A, you can see over here, first operating expense they have over here, office and administrative expenses. Station expenses. Okay, this is the A part where majorly comes over here under the head of operating expenses. B, you can say selling and distribution expenses. Expenses over here. Then C, we have over here finance expenses. Finance expenses. So basically, there are three types of office expenses you can say over here. C. Okay. So this is the basic cyclical flow of working capital here. So a part of the cash may be used to pay creditors, pay income tax and declare dividend, and rest of it's put into circulation again. Means after payment of all the liabilities, if the cash is remaining with the company, so again it is put into circulation again over here. Let us see next. Okay, let us see factors affecting working capital requirement. First, over nature of business. Now, nature of business means the type of business where the company wants to do. For example, dealing in the manufacturing essential products or FMCG products, which means fast moving consumer goods over here. So, depending on the nature of business, the company will require such amount of working capital over here. Firms engaged in manufacturing essential products on daily consumption would need relatively less working capital, as there would be constant and sufficient cash inflow in the firm to take care of liabilities. Very true. In these such type of, you can say, manufacturing units over here, there is continuous, you can say, production and sales of the goods taking place over here. So there is sufficient cash inflow over here. So the firm can pay off the liabilities on frequent layers. So the manufacturing unit will at that time they will not require more amount of working capital here. Likewise, public utility concerns have to maintain small working capital because of continuous flow of cash from their customers. Here also public utility service like Indian Railways, before lockdown there were daily passengers traveling, 2 lakh passengers traveling daily in the lifeline in the local train of Mumbai. So there was continuous cash inflow with the, you can say, railway department over here. So at that time, the railway department will also require less amount of working capital over here. Second, size of business. Size of business means you can see the operating activity of the business. The size of business also affects the requirement of working capital. A firm with large scale operations will require more working capital. Definitely, if there is large scale industry, the firm will require more amount of working capital. If there is small scale industry, the firm will require medium type of you can say working capital requirement. Okay. Third, volume of sale. The term volume of sale means quantity to be sold in the whole year over here. This is the most important factor affecting size of working capital. The volume of sales and size of working capital are directly related with each other. If volume of sales increases, there is an increase in the amount of working capital and vice versa. Very true. For example, I'll share one example with you over here. If ABC company produces 10,000 notebooks for 6 months. So here the company incurs an expense of rupees 10 lakh over here. This is the first case. Now let us see the second case over here. Now if ABC company is planning to if ABC company is planning to produce more amount of, you can say, quantity of notebooks, produces 20,000 notebooks for 1 year. So here the company incurs an expense of rupees 20 lakhs. So how does the company in the case to increase their, you can say, amount of working capital? Because the production cycle was increased from 6 months to 1 year over here, and they have increased the quantity of 10,000 notebooks from to 20,000 notebooks for that particular 1 year. So cost has increased from rupees 10 lakh to 20 lakhs over here. Okay, so here the cost of expense also increased from 10 lakh to 20 lakhs over here. So this way, if the production cycle is lesser, the company will require less amount of, you can say, working capital over here. If the production cycle is more, the company will require more amount of working capital over here. months. Okay, months over here. Okay, months. Let us see next feature of factors affecting working capital. Fourth, production cycle. The process of converting raw material to finished goods is called production cycle. It means when you're purchasing the raw material and you're putting them into, you can say, in the process of to convert into finished goods, it is called production cycle over here. If the period of production cycle is longer, then the firm needs more amount of working capital. If manufacturing cycle is short, it requires less working capital over here. Next, business cycle. When there is boom in the economy, sales will increase. This will lead to an increase in investment in stocks. This requires additional working capital. During recession, sales will decline and hence the working capital also decline over here. I mean, during the boom in the economy over here, there will be more, you can say, requirement of working capital. There will be continuous, you can say, flow of, you can say, production and consumption, selling activity over here. During recession, sales will decline. So the need of working capital also will decline over here. Terms of purchase and sales. Now, basically, this point tries to explain that if the company is giving liberal credit policy to the customers, it means debtors, so the company will require more amount of working capital over here. If the company is very strict with the credit policy given to the customers over here, the company will require less amount of working capital over here. Additional information. Public utility concern. Now, basically, public utility concern means the management, ownership, and control is with the public sector enterprises. It is called public utility concern over here. Next, additional information. Merchandising firms are those which are concerned with buying and selling goods, either as wholesaler or retailer, without altering the physical form of goods over here. Now, these are the firms where they directly sell the goods without the, you can say, changing the physical form of the goods. For example, factory outlets, whatever the manufacturer factory outlets, directly they sell to the goods to the customer. For example, brand factory. Now this is a factory, whatever you can say, shape, size, and the design is given to the jeans over here. So that similar jeans is directly sold to the consumers in the market over here. For example, if Mr. Amit wants to construct the following project, he will be require a huge amount of funds to construct stadium, bank, and a bridge, etc. For example, if he is planning to construct, he is having 3 projects. If he is planning to construct a bank over here, so he'll require more amount of working capital over here. So he will try to get loan more from the particular, you can say, banking institution over here. Okay, all these things will be, you can see, he will be covering all this thing and finishing the particular project over here. If he's planning to stadium, so full, you can say, stadium, you can say, project where he has to come, he will require more amount of working capital. Okay, so that is there. He's planning to bridge. will construct a bridge over here. So he will be require more amount of working capital over here. So basically you can say if the project is big, the company will require more amount of working capital over here. Credit control. Credit control includes the factors such as volume of credit sales, terms of credit sale, the collection policy, etc. If credit control policy is sound, it is possible for the company to improve its cash flow. If the company is having proper, you can say sound credit control policy, at that time the company will require lesser amount of working capital. Now, if the company's credit policy is very liberal, they having 3 months, 4 months time to collect the cash from debtors. Therefore, at that situation, at that time, there may be a possibility of bad debts also over here. So at that time, the company may require a more amount of working capital with them. So the firm making cash sales requires less working capital. Very important. If the firm is strictly dealing into cash transactions, so at that time, the sometimes may require less amount of working capital also. Sometimes may do not require in some particular month any working capital for the company. Fourth, growth and expansion. The working capital requirement of a firm will increase with growth of a firm. A growing company needs funds continuously to support large-scale operations. Very true. If the firm is trying to expand and diversify its business in the other region, in the other country, so at that time the company will be require more continuous flow of working capital with them. Management ability. The requirement of working capital is reduced if there is proper coordination between production and distribution goods. Very good, true. If there is proper coordination and coordination between proper production and distribution department here, so there will be no, you can say, more requirement of working capital over here. So basically, if a firm stocking on heavy inventory calls for higher level of working capital, inventory means stock over here. High level of it means heavy inventory calls for higher level of for working capital. If the company is not able to sell out the stocks in the market over here, so during this situation, the company will require more amount of working capital over here. 10 point external factors over here. Now, basically, sometimes external factors also affect the, you can say, working capital requirement here. If financial institutions and banks provides if financial institutions and banks provide funds to the firm as when required, the need of working capital is reduced. Very true. Immediately, if the bank is providing funds to the particular business firms over here, so at that time the company or the business firm will require less amount of working capital over there. Thank you.